Hey amigos, long time no see. So this is a video. We're gonna go over CVNA, what the setup entry was, why there may have been some misinformation about the short. I don't think it's 50, 60, 70%. I think it's closer to 25%. And I'm gonna go over the technical setup, the reasons, where I covered, um, and maybe I can get you guys feedback and hopefully it's beneficial. So getting right into it, a lot of people are short biased because it's a bankruptcy play. The company, the business valuation doesn't make sense, and on top of that, I think people believed, and I still think there's a good chance that they will do an offering. But this is big cap stuff. It's not small pony. So, in my opinion, there was a short squeeze, but the short squeeze was amplified by people thinking short interest was high. So how do we determine that it's so most websites say that the short interest is about 46. Now the most what is it, 60% or something? Let me just check some stuff here. CVNA. Excuse me. I'm coughing and I'm still doing it. Okay, so in here we can see Finviz says that the short is about 50%. And I believe this is not the case. I think they're doing it on the basis that it has 106 shares. And there's other websites that are saying it's 70% or something. So they were going super parabolic. But in my perspective, you have to combine the Class A and the Class B. So in here you can see it's about 190,000 shares or a bit more. And 190. So when you do the math, it comes to about like 24%, 25 something. And the exact details don't matter. So a bit of that, and then there's also potential offering coming. So those are, and also the valuation wise, it doesn't make sense. I'm not going to go into that detail because one, it takes a long time. Second, I'm not the strongest at it, but I do have a general idea. I always try to understand the business. What is their business model? Is it functioning? Does it make sense? Things are not black and white, but every single tidbit adds up, can help you make a decision. So that's the misunderstanding part. So that long made sense in terms of a squeeze. One of the guys I look up to did a really good job. He was long a lot of shares from here, from 13, 14. He may disclose it, he may not, but he's a really good trader. And then he added in here. Most people were shorting. I shorted it, and thankfully, because I'm trading less, it held above. I just cut it. I think 1870s, and I never touched it after. So he was long, and he was up like massive. I don't even know. Maybe 10, 15, 30 R or something. So what I'm looking for, so the long setup made sense because it's a short squeeze potential. This to me I was like mad props to him that he was able to figure this out, but it never touched it after. So for me, the entry, if it's a big extension play like this, 612, 1824, so it's above 300%. I'm looking for liquidity events. When the valuation doesn't make sense and there's potential dilution, I am looking for a liquidity event to enter. And because usually it's like a bubble. If it can't push any higher, everybody wants to exit. So I drew a line here. So the entry today, in my opinion, shorting up here was, I don't want to stay stupid, but it kind of, in my opinion, if you short here, I don't know what your risk is. the perfect entry for me was either below this or anticipating the break of this. So maybe up here once it developed a high. Either shorting 26.50, whatever. But once you have this, if you're shorting at the top tick, it's good for you, but I don't know if we take 100,000 trades, I don't know if that will become profitable. So as it went below, then you add, and this is what I did. I posted and a few people said that, hey, what's going on? So I'm shorting and I'm adding. So once the high was in, I saw the backside 349. I added and I was looking for 20s, and I'll go over why. I bought some puts and an equity short, and then I added tier 3 at 10 o'clock. So I was a bit early on it, so I think I shorted at around somewhere here. I think my average, I took some with anticipation at 26, 60, 50, something like that, and then I added here, and then I added at 10 o'clock somewhere here, I remember, in these levels. And I had given it room to actually go 26 60s. So I started at 26. It has nothing to do with where I entered, but I entered around here, and then I added here, and my risk was 26.50, 60, something along that. Because I did think it could have gone up. If it had gone a bit higher above VWAP, I would have added comfortably, maybe risking 26, 60, 70, something, 66 to 70. So I added, and the target here was 20. Why was it 20? First answer is I don't really know. I could be better at taking profits, but it was a bigger picture play for me because there's a potential offering coming. So, and I always like to play structure to structure. I much rather other people guess the top here and then wait until it's confirmed. The backside is here and I have a risk level. Then I add, or if it popped, I add. So the reason why I had 20s was around this. This is the first time 20 and this 1850s, whereas the level, this is a structure that was created. So it went from this structure, if you can visualize. Oh, I am bad at drawing these tools. Okay, just visualize that it's from here. Okay, I guess I'm not. And then here. So this is a structure, and this above is a structure. So I like to trade from structure to structure. We could argue, well, this here should have been some cover, and it makes sense. You can see it consolidates in this structure and went that way. But I'm trying to trade less and more bigger picture play. So I think I'm holding some for potential offering, but I covered most of it into actually sadly 20s, which is still pretty good. In here I started at, I think, like 40-60 cent risk, for 30 to 60 cents, whatever that was, and then I added. So yeah, structure to structure, that's how I shorted. Extension, liquidity event, things matched up in terms of there's some misinformation. People thought that the short interest, various sites was trading 60-70%, but they weren't accounting for the Class B share. And on top of that, there's a potential offering. So there's those variables right there. And if you made it this far, that means you liked it, you enjoyed it. Also, I am going to do my best to make more videos, and if there's anybody outside of USA that is a 6-figure, 7-figure trader and is looking for a place that's way better than TradeZero, we got you. It's financially cheaper. Shoot me a DM on Twitter. This is my Twitter handle, Afghanrebel, and we'll go from there. Have a wonderful day, amigos. Have a good weekend. Take care. Ciao. And if you have any questions, or if you want to know if you want me to make specific type of videos, put in the comments below.